All right, so lecture 4, we're going to talk about rectangular coordinates. So this is the x and y system. That's where you can plot a point, the point max line between 2 point gather lines. Between multiple points, you can have different times. So determine distance between 2 points. We're going to write down the formula to find the distance between 2 points and evaluate the midpoint of the line segment joining the 2 points. So we're going to have two formulas in this lecture. One is for the distance between 2 points and a formula for midpoint between of the line segment. All right. First, I'm going to write down the definitions. I know a lot of you have seen these materials before. Again, I just want to do a quick review on this. All right. So this is called the XY coordinate system or the rectangular coordinate system. There's a name for that. It's called Cartesian coordinate system. So this is the XY plane of rectangular coordinate system or Cartesian coordinate system. Whatever name you want to use the same meaning. So the XY plane, the rectangular coordinate system or the Cartesian coordinate system consists of two lines, right? The x-axis or the horizontal axis, and the y-axis, which is the vertical axis. And these two lines are intersect at the point, one point that is called the origin. So the x-axis is the horizontal axis. And the y-axis is the vertical axis. And the origin O is the intersection point. Between the x-axis and the y-axis. So here is the origins, and the origins O, right? The origin O is the point 0, 0. So when I write like this, that means I present something called the ordered pairs. The ordered pairs consist of two components, the x component and the y component. So the ordered pairs here is x, y. All right, so the first entry is the x coordinates. And the second entry is the y coordinates. So when I write the origin 0, 0, that means x is equal to 0 and y is also equal to 0. All right, so with this information, can you locate this point on the coordinate system? So I have 4 different points here, -3, 1, 3, 2, -2, 3, and 3, -2. All right, so the first point here, x equal to -3 and y equal to 1. So x equal to -3, y equal to 1. So this is the point, -3, 1. The second point is 3, 2. So x equal to 3, y equal to 2. The third point is -2, -3. So let me use a different color here. -2, -3. And the last point is 3, x equal to 3, y equal to -2. Good. Simple enough. Yes. Okay. So you know about the coordinate system. You can now locate a point on the coordinate system. Can you find the distance between 2 points? So using the following formula, we can actually find the distance between the two given points. So the distance between 2 points, x1, y1, and x2, y2, denote as this notation. So usually what I just go on the right d, little d. So the distance between the 2 points is equal to the square root of x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. But this formula is basically the Pythagorean theorem. Remember the Pythagorean theorem? Yes. You have a square plus b square equal to c square. One. Take the square root on both sides. C equal to a square plus b square. Usually when you take the square root like this with the equal sign, you have plus and minus, but we're talking about distance. We just need the path. So the formula is from the Pythagorean theorem. A in this case, x2 minus x1, which is the distance between the x values, and y2 minus y1 is the distance between the y. Okay. So now let's do some practice. You are given 2 points, 1, 3, 5, 6, and you find distance between these 2 points. So here you have x1, y1, x1 equal to 1, y1 equal to 3, and then x2 equal to 5, and y2 is equal to 6. So the distance between these 2 points is 5 minus 1 square plus 6 minus 3 square is going to give me 4 square plus 3 square. Or this is the square root of 16 plus 9, or the square root of 25. Therefore, the distance between these 2 points is equal to 5. Good questions? All right. So in the next example, you are given 3 different points, point A, point B, and point C. Can you plot each point on the coordinate system, then connect them together to form a triangle? Can you do that for me, please? So the first point is -2, 1. So -2, 1. All right, so this is point A. Point B is 2, 3. Point C, 3, 1. Then you connect them together. Beautiful. Yes. Now the next one is to find the length of each on each side of the triangle. You find the length simply with point AB, distance between B and C, and distance between A and C. All right, so let me do the distance between A and B. It's going to be the square root of 2 minus negative 2 square plus 3 minus 1 square. So this give me 4 square plus 2 square equal to 16 plus 4 equal to square root of 20. Now can we do the distance between point B and C and distance between point A and C? I'm gonna give you like 30 seconds or so. Do distance between B and C, distance between B and C. All right. So the distance between A and B and C is square root of 3 minus 2 square plus 1 minus 3 square. Well, this is the square root of 1 square plus negative 2 square, or the square root of 1 plus 4, or root 5. And the distance between A and C is the square root of 3 minus negative 2 square plus 1 minus 1 square. So you get square root of 5 square, or just 5. You got the same thing? Yeah. Questions? Questions? You're good? Yeah. Which one? The top? Okay. So you mean square root of 5? Actually, you can actually simplify this further. So 20 is what? 4 times 5. So you can take out the 4. And you get, take out the 4 out of the square root. And so you get 2 times root 5. Yes. Okay. So we're gonna move on to the second formula, which is the midpoint formula. All right. So given 2 points, you can connect the 2 points using a line segment, and then you can find the midpoint of the line segment. Okay. So the midpoint M of the line segment from point 1, P1 to point P2 is given as, so m equal to x comma y equal to x1 plus x2 divided by 2. And the y component is y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Now, example 4, find the midpoint of the line segment from the point -5, 5 to the point 3, 1. So the point -5, comma 5, this is the point. So this is point P1. And the point 3, comma 1, this is the point P2. So you connect the 2 points together. Now to find the midpoint, we apply the formula. So the midpoint can be calculated as, so m is equal to -5 plus 3 divided by 2. That for the x component. For the y component, you get 5 plus 1 divided by 2. So what is the point in this case? -1, 3. Thank you. So -1, comma 3. Now you go to the plot, you see that this is the midpoint. Now, on the last page of the lecture note, you have a few more exercises. Can spend a little bit of time on those. It should be very straightforward calculations. Okay, I'm going to give you 30 seconds again to do the problem. All right, so let me quickly do it. So the midpoint here should be 6 minus 2, plus 2 divided by 2, and then 3 minus -3. Sorry, plus 3. Plus -3 divided by 2. And the answer is 4, 0. The next one, the midpoint should be 9 plus -2 over 2, 0 plus 2 divided by 2. So you get 7 over 2, 1. Or some of you give me 3.5, 1. These two answers should be fine. But I strongly recommend starting from now, whatever math fraction form would be a lot better for everybody, especially. So fractions, sometimes it's good to use decimal point or mixed fractions, but most of the time, number 7 and number 8, distant questions about distance. The distance here is square root of 6 minus 2 square plus 3 minus -3 square. So you got square root of 4 square plus 6 square. So this is square root of 16 plus 36. You got square root of 52. Can simplify this further. 52 is 4 times 13. So you get 2 times square root of 13. For the last Example, the distance between these 2 points is square root of 9 minus negative 2 square plus 0 minus 2 square. So you got square root of 7 square plus 4. Sorry. 11 square plus 4. 11 is 121 plus 4 is square root of 125. 125 is 25 times 5. Okay. So this is 5 times square root 5. Good. So let's stop right here. All right, so we're gonna start lecture 5 next time, okay? And again, next on Monday of next week, we're going to have the first quiz. And the quiz should be at the beginning of class. You will probably take about 15 minutes to 20 minutes to complete the quiz.